Okay, so welcome everyone back with Mrs. Rubel. This is supposed to be week 2, day 3, but silly Mrs. Rubel, I forgot to do the math page for your last packet. So we're going to do that first. And if you saw this math page comparing height in your last yesterday's packet, well, you can get it out now. And then I'm going to go ahead and do week 2, day 3 after this. So we compared length in our last math lesson, and this time we're going to compare height. And height means how tall something is. Okay, so this is going to be the ground, and this is going to be how tall it is. The instructions here ask us to make a cube tower that's taller than the rocket. And so I went around trying to find something in my house that was taller. I've got out my clothespin again, but nope, it's not taller. It's shorter. And I went and I found a little seed packet for planting seeds later, but nope, I have to make sure that the bottom is at the same place, and it wasn't quite tall. So I continued to look, and I found I have a marker from my marker pack, and it is definitely taller. And then I remembered that I actually have some Legos, and I built a Lego tower that was taller. So I have 2 things that I made that are taller, and I can compare the height. Here's the rocket, and both the marker and the Legos are taller. So now it would ask me to trace around those objects just to show. So you can find anything you want to around your house, or even cut out a piece of paper and just use that to find something that's taller than the rocket. So today we're going to be doing taller. And this, you have so much experience with tall and short that I'm sure this is going to go very quick. I'll make it go fast. So our vocabulary words for comparing height are height, that's how tall something is, shorter, which means it's smaller, and taller, which means it has a more height. Okay? So when we compare these 2 objects, very simply, just like we did our last page, we're going to put an X on the thing that is shorter, and we're going to circle the object that is taller this time. So for number 2, if we look at it, we're going to look at these 2 trees, and we want to know which one has a taller height. We'll circle it, and this is the taller tree, and we'll circle that one. And then we want to know which one is shorter, and this tree is shorter, so we'll put an X on it. For number 3, let's do another example. Here's some recycling cans. There are 2 recycling cans, and we want to know which one has the taller height, and it's going to be this one because they start at the same place, but this one stops, and this one is just a little bit taller. So we'll be circling this taller recycling can, and we'll put an X on the shorter one. This is your on my own page. So you'll be doing this page on your own. I know you can do it. The instructions are going to be the same as they were before. Circle the object that is taller, put an X on the object that is shorter, and if the objects are exactly the same height, you're just going to put a line underneath, a line below. So that means down, okay? So if the objects are exactly the same height, you would put a line below. So look, which one's taller, circle it. Which one's shorter, put an X. If they're exactly the same, draw a line. Same. Circle the taller, X the shorter, or put a line below if they're exactly the same height. Same directions and same directions. You can always pause it here and think about it if you want to. So this is just asking you to draw a tall object and then to draw something shorter. I could use my same objects. I could just use my Lego pieces, and then I could use my little seed packet. The most important thing is they need to start at the same place. So maybe you want to have them start on the blue line at the bottom of your page. Sorry about that. I'll move this up a little bit. Maybe you want them both to start at the blue line at the bottom of the page, and that way you will be able to see which one is taller and which one is shorter. So that's all for that page. We're going to stop now, and that is the end, finally, of day 2. And we are going to move on to day 3. This is week 2, day 3. And before we start our page, I am going to set something up here. So I'm just going to move our page a little out of the way. And I have my little Candyland figures here. I got them out of my Candyland game. And I'm going to set them up in a line. So they're waiting in line. They all want to get to the peppermint. They all want to get there. And so our Candyland people are waiting in line to get to the peppermint. And we have our line leader, our blue Candyland man, and he is first. He or she. I don't know what it is. So our Candyland, maybe it's a gingerbread person. Is it? I think we'll call it a gingerbread person. Okay. So our gingerbread cookie, that is blue, is first in line. And our yellow gingerbread person is second in line. Our green gingerbread person is third in line. And our red gingerbread person is fourth. We can also call that last. But since we're learning how to say ordering numbered words, we want to say first, second, third, fourth. And you could keep going fifth, sixth, just like we do the date when we're doing calendar. And also grades. Once you leave kindergarten, you'll be in first grade, second grade, third grade, and fourth grade. Now, what if the peppermint moves and the line is different? It makes a difference where they are facing. So now they're all facing the peppermint this way because this is where they are going. And now the red person is what? First. And the green person is second. And the yellow person is third. And blue person is fourth. So we've had a little bit of experience with those words. Like I said, your page is all about where they are in the line. Okay, and we have to remember where they're facing is important. So here's a group of kids, and we want to look at these group of kids, and they're facing this direction. So this is where they are going. For number 1, we want to find the child who is second. Second. So here's our line leader. First, second, third, fourth. Can you point to the person who is second? First, second. There she is. So let's put a circle around her. She's in the second position. Now we're going to look at the vehicles and which direction are they going? It's a little bit hard to tell except for one vehicle, and that is this truck right here. And it looks like they are going this way. It's hard to tell, but we are going to say that they are driving down the street this way and they are going that way. There they go. I'm even going to mark that with my marker right now, just real quickly. They're going that way, okay? And so when we look at the vehicles, if they're going this way, here's first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. And we want to find the vehicle in the fifth position. Fifth. Let's read those off again. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. All right, so that's the fifth position, and that's the vehicle we're looking for. Number 3, we've got 3 little birds on a wire, and we want to find the bird in the first location. Now, we first have to find which way they're going, and it looks like they are going this way. They're looking over here. Maybe there's some bird seed over here. And so we want to circle the bird that is first. And I'm going to let you do that because you are really good at finding the first person or first bird. The back of the page is practice writing Y and Z. Y is a straight line down, and then they want you to go this way. Whatever's comfortable for you to make this nice V shape and then a straight line down. We already talked about lowercase y and how you need to write that. It has to go down below. Uppercase Z starts at the top, zigzag, and lowercase z needs to be under the dash line, no floaters and no sinkers. I'm going to leave that where that is because you have a second thing to do for word work. Okay, so moving on to this activity. What you are going to do is you are going to cut out these words, and we will be cutting off this whole side strip. That's our teacher trick that Mrs. Rubel taught you. You'll be cutting off the entire strip, even if you don't need it. And then we will be reading the sentences and looking at the picture, and we want to find that word. So I can see the sun. I know that word is sun. Sun has s at the beginning, so I am probably going to be looking for a word that begins with S. I know a lot of you were saying that. I am going to cut this off using our teacher trick to cut the whole thing all the way off from the bottom. I'm going to cut now on the dash line, and then I'm going to keep my scissors straight up, and I'm just going to cut right through here. Otherwise, it will be in my way. There we go. That's our teacher trick for cutting all the words off. Now you want to trim this. You first want to cut off the ends. I'm just going to put that over there. So I'm going to cut this. I'll put it over my recycle. And then I want to cut all the way down this side. Do that long cut first. Don't try to cut them out in little rectangles. It's so hard. This is so much easier. Okay, we've got them all in a little line, just the words, and now we can make ourselves a little row of words. And we want to do this so that we can find the word. I like mine spread out for this activity because I am going to do them from the top to the bottom in the sentence order. So I can see the sun. I need to find a word that begins with S because it starts with S. So I'm going to point to each one and look at that beginning letter to see, does it begin with S? And there is one, and it's the only one, so that has to go here. Number 2, I have a pet dog. Looks like Clifford. So I have 2 words that have a D at the beginning. I'm going to put them next to each other so I can say dog and think about the letters that would be in that word. So let's look at these letters. D, A, D, dad. Whoops, that's not going to be a dog. It's dad. Let's check this word. D, A, G, dog. Dog. I think we found it. So we'll put that one there. You're going to continue, and I'm going to give you a little clue about these 3 pictures because they are a little tricky. But I'm going to read all the picture names because they're all a little bit tricky. So here we go. This is mom. My mom is a girl. My dad, oh, we found that word. I bet you can find it again. My dad is a boy. Number 5. The sun is hot. Hot. I see a bug on the ground. It's not going to be ladybug today. You're just going to see bug. This one's really tricky. Number 7. I can tap dance. Tap dance is where the shoes make a little clicking sound on the floor when you dance, and that's called a tap dance. And number 8, do you like my new hat? I would be very careful with hot and hat. They sound very close to each other. They both have at the beginning and t at the end. So it's going to be the vowel in the middle that's different. Hot, hat. Okay? So once you get that page all done, here's your math page for today. And I'm not going to forget it today. It's going to be easy because it's a review page, which means we already learned it and practiced it. And now we're going to show our knowledge, okay? So it's a review. You might be doing this for homework sometime. So the instructions are the same. This is going to be length, how long something is. We're going to circle the thing that is longer and put an X on the object that's shorter. And if they're exactly the same length, we will just draw a line below. So you're going to look at the air mattresses, circle the object that's longer, put an X on the object that's shorter, or if they're exactly the same length, put a line below, that's down. Number 3, these are our little fishy tackle boxes, and we're going to look at these objects. We're going to circle the object that's longer, put an X on the object that is shorter, or if they're exactly the same length, draw a line below. So that's that, and I think that's going to be pretty easy for you. More length, exactly same directions for the alligators on their logs. Longer circle, shorter X. Longer circle, shorter X. Now this is asking you to check the vocabulary. And these vocabulary words are big words, and they are longer and shorter. And what you're going to do is you're going to find which object is longer, and you're going to draw a line from the word longer to the longer object. So you could do that now. And then this word is shorter, and you're going to draw a line from the word shorter to the shorter object. All right. And here's your review about tall. Tall. So again, we're going to circle the tall object, put an X on the short object, or if they're exactly the same height, you'll just draw a line below. So this tent is taller, and this tent is shorter. So we have a circle on the taller, X on the shorter. Circle the taller, and X on the shorter, or if they're exactly the same height, draw a line below. Same for the picnic baskets. Circle the taller, X the shorter, or put a line underneath if they are the same height. Remember, we're doing height now. Same directions, taller, shorter. Same directions, taller, shorter. And our vocabulary check, here's the word taller. Draw a line from this word taller to the taller animal. And then draw a line from this word shorter to the shorter animal. And that is the end of day 3. We did all our pages today, and I will see you next time. Bye.